Hey, everybody. Before we begin the podcast, just want to let you know we got a new hoodie up on fugitiveframes.store, our merch store. We know that a lot of people have been asking for a piece of merch where it's just simple, just our logo on it.
It's getting cold.
And usually we're kind of like, that seems kind of lame just to put a logo on a hoodie, but we decided to do it in a cool way. We decided to embroider our logo on it. It took a bit of trial and error, but finally got to look good.
It's actually a warm way.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to check that out, head on over to fugitiveframes.store. For the public, you should be hearing this podcast by December 3rd. If that's the case, today is honestly probably close to the last day where you can order it in time for Christmas, because our provider, Fourth Wall, takes about 2 weeks to create and deliver the hoodie if you're within the contiguous United States or Europe, I think. So I would probably want to order it sooner than later.
What if they're in Mexico?
I think same thing. Yeah, I think it would probably be around this time, which is probably.
Do they deliver it by donkey?
They deliver it by Falcon. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
they put little fucking messenger bags on the Falcons.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they dive down and then.
That sounds so cool. I would love to get deliveries like that.
So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, head on over to fugitiveframes.store. We also have our other 2 t-shirts, which are kind of inside jokes, the names shirt and the what does Denise Crosby ask Ricardo every week shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But check it out.
She's like, what are we going to do this week, Ricardo?
Yep, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. Let's get in there. Wow.
All right,
so,
this song.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it sucks because when you start it, it takes so long for it to get started.
You gotta have the dramatic build-up.
Like you should be starting it before. Like you shouldn't like wind up before starting it. You should start it while we're talking.
Yeah, you know what? I have a note for Daniel, the guy who wrote the song.
Oh, Nate?
Yeah. So,
Daniel's the one who's with us here. You can't just keep mixing us Asians over and over
God
again,
damn it,
Ricardo.
dude.
That's racist.
Well, it's not racist if you do it to every culture. Start the song, do an alt version where you start with the yell, with Dan's yell, and then go into the song.
I could just do that. I think I have the Dan's
just like it'd be short ver period in brackets for the anime OST or the TV edit.
But yeah, this week
The Dan yelling at it remix.
Well, I'm always in there. I'm always yelling.
Yeah. Or we can make it like the Robot Rock remix where it just never gets to the good part.
That is such a frustrating remix. Oh, I hope someone out there already knows what we're talking about. There's a remix out there of Robot Rock by Daft Punk where it just goes...
They know what they're doing. Yeah.
It never gets to the good part.
Yeah, it is intentionally incredibly frustrating.
It goes pow, 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 pow.
It's like 4 minutes of intro. Yeah. And then it fades out at the end and you're like, oh, go fuck off. Like,
yeah, it's just trying to make you mad.
Yeah. Well, we're back to DS9, and I'm sorry to say we're back to Move Along Home.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this one, or like I've been seeing the name of this episode lobbied around a lot.
Yeah. So this is one of those episodes that are just like almost impossible to even remember what happened in it. So whenever I recall this episode, I always think the name of the episode's actually Allamaraine. I forget.
I feel like that's easy to make that mistake.
Well, that would make more sense.
They could have called it Chula. They could have called it Shap.
Shap.
But I guess the name of the game is to move along home. So
I don't. Yeah, no comment.
So but anyway, Move Along Home. It first aired on March 14th of 1993. We actually had an almost 2-week gap between episodes of Star Trek.
13 days.
So Dan, let's dive into this wormhole and see what we pull up.
Why was there a gap?
Just a gap. It's production.
For fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure.
They opened the Gap stores. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. So on it aired on Pi Day, 3/14.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The first thing I have is not about Pi Day. Just gonna go over the 2 top of the box office. In the meantime, One was they were lesser known titles. One was a Joel Schumacher film titled Falling Down, starring Michael Douglas as an everyday guy who's pushed too
One of
far.
my favorite movies.
And he starts using weapons and violence to dish out his own justice.
This is back when Joel Schumacher was considered like a good auteur filmmaker. And
yeah, it's kind of weird to like look back at that in comparison to Batman Forever and on.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he's had a lot of bangers, dude. Just because he fucked up he fumbled the Batman franchise, but he had a lot of bangers, dude.
Before,
even after that.
No, not really after. No.
Yeah, dude.
What was it? What was a banger after?
Phone Booth.
Phone Booth.
It's okay, but then he did Phantom of the Opera, which was just trash. Like that.
I don't acknowledge any musicals, so
okay.
Can do that.
And there you
Nice.
go. Well, then you'll love this next movie that took the box off the next week. It was CB4, which was a kind of a Spinal Tap but for rap mockumentary starring Chris Rock, loosely based on NWA.
Oh, okay. I never heard of it. Cool.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, it had like Ice Cube doing cameos. Shaq was in it. Halle Berry appeared in it.
Oh yeah, back when Shaq was just trying to be in movies.
Now he's just in commercials.
It wasn't quite Kazam and
Or Steel
time yet. Yeah, that's to come. In TV, Beavis and Butthead premiered on MTV on the 8th of March. And finally, on the 13th of March, actually, this whole weekend of the premiere of this episode was kind of marred by a huge cyclone storm that was dubbed the Storm of the Century.
Oh my God.
AKA the No-Name Storm, AKA the Great Blizzard of 93, hit the east of the USA and Canada after forming over the Gulf of Mexico. Tennessee saw the worst of it with 56 inches of snow. And it resulted in the power going out in 10 million households across the country. Over 300 eventual fatalities and $5.5 billion in damages.
Oh my God! Why didn't they name the cyclone?
I don't know, but it was the storm of the century.
Wow!
I called it that instead.
I thought you were just setting it up for, and then at the end they were gonna be like, and then they released the Blizzard of Oz. Like Ozzy Osbourne. That was a big setup. By the way, I want to just mention something. Let me mention a couple of the bangers that he had after Batman and Robin.
Okay, sure.
8
Back to
millimeter.
this.
8 millimeter.
I don't know that one actually.
Tigerland.
I don't know that one either.
Speaking of the Penguin, Bad Company, Phone Booth, and Veronica Guerin.
I don't know.
I haven't seen any of those.
I don't know what
so
these are.
Oh my God, dude.
I'll take your word for it, though, Ricardo.
I feel like you're just listing his filmography instead of like choosing actually good movies.
No, there's some that I didn't mention, dude. Like the number 23, like the Phantom of the Opera.
But yes, that was our trip through the wormhole. Let's come back with the Waddy in tow.
Oh no! Well, before
those lovable guys,
before we waste our time with the Waddy, let's go through our sponsors really quick. One of which, ExpressVPN. Hey, by the time you're listening to this on December 3rd, ExpressVPN will have been deep into their Black Friday sale, which is something I forgot to mention last week. So last week, I had mentioned that they have their new 2-year plan, right? So it's 2 years. If you sign up for 2 years, you get 4 months free.
Yeah.
And you get their full identity protection suite, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you sign up for 2 years during their Black Friday sale, you get 6 months for free. You get half a year of ExpressVPN for free, plus their entire identity protection suite. What is their identity protection suite? Well, basically, ExpressVPN already came free with a password manager and an advanced protection stuff built in, right? With their ad blocker, tracker blocker, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But the ID protection suite also comes with ID alerts in the event that your personal information has leaked onto the internet on the dark web somewhere. It'll alert you that, hey, you should probably change this password. This password has been detected by other people and is a known leaked password.
What if your sex tape gets leaked?
The same thing. It'll be like, hey, your sex tape got out.
Oh shit, dude.
So you're gonna want to get that going. It comes with ID theft insurance, which is pretty straightforward, and it also comes with ongoing data removal service. So basically, we know how like Facebook and Instagram and shit just collect all of your info, and they just sell it, right? And it's not just those companies. Like it's like almost any website that uses cookies these days. Like if they're a large-ish enough corporation, they're actually collecting your data to then sell it, right? Super annoying. And there's like hundreds of services that just compile all of this information. And that's why we're getting so many spam calls and spam emails these days. So this data removal service basically has a list of all these services, and it basically one by one goes through them with your information saying, hey, cease and desist, remove this person from your listings. I have personally been using a similar service called Optory, and it has dramatically lowered the amount of spam and spam phone calls, especially spam texts I've been getting. Like spam texts are kind of out of control these days. That type of service is really useful. So if you guys want to check out ExpressVPN's 2-year plan, where if you go right now, you can actually get 6 months for free. Head on over to
stop what you're doing and go do it.
head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And again, sign up for 2 years right now, only during this Black Friday sale, 6 months extra for free, plus the identity protection suite. And if you're not sure, you can always just try it out. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out. And if you're not sure, you can always cancel it, get your money back, no problem at all. So again, head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 2 years during this Black Friday sale, they'll give you 6 months for free.
You know what? I want to pitch as a service. A company should come up with this. Maybe it's ExpressVPN, where the company, they tell you, hey, these companies have been collecting your information. We hit them up, and here's the money. Like where we're like, hey, you need to like a mobster type electronic
give
company.
Me my cut.
We gotta wet our beak a little bit, dude.
Keep it. Keep my info.
Yeah,
but
I need at least a couple $100 a month.
Yeah,
you know?
I would do that. Is that a service that we can start?
We should, dude.
The closest thing to that was like, remember alladvantage.com?
Yes.
No, what's that?
Yeah,
what is that?
Back in the day, alladvantage.com was a service where if you installed a little app on your desktop, on your computer, it would be a bar that you would like have on your computer desktop, and it would just track what websites you're going to. And it would you were freely giving your browser history for money.
Yeah. This sounds like not a great idea.
And they would send you a check in the mail for the activity it logged
that's
for you.
Sarah, it's already happening for free.
Yeah, might as well. So, that's true.
Like that, they literally were doing what Ricardo was asking.
Yeah.
Doesn't Ricardo, don't you get like free video game credits from Bing or something?
Yeah. I fucking love it. At least Bing is like honest, like, hey, we're gonna spy on you, but we're gonna give you some Xbox credits.
We need you to use our service so badly that we'll give you free games.
That's fine.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm pretty sure I have actually gotten a check from alladvantage.com before.
Oh,
you have?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a very, very small amount. It was less than $20.
Still, though,
your beak was mildly moistened.
Yeah.
I earned that money.
You put a little chapstick on your lips. Dude.
I showed my interests.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Showed them all.
No.
Here's the thing. If we started a company like that, it would be very like mobsterish. Like if they didn't pay, we'd break people's legs. You know, like we send them a sucker.
We start with like show ups to their front door.
Yeah,
you know,
You'd
be like,
and go, hey, one of these days,
we did know where you are. By the way,
one of these days, your kid's not gonna come home. And they're like, whoa, you jumped.
Yeah, you have to say that it would be an awful shame if things happen to things. Yeah.
It'd be an awful shame, etc. So
it'd be an awful shame if we released publicly the sites you've been visiting.
And then you have to start asking people, we should X, Y, Z.
Yeah. He's like, you like your toes? You like all 10 of them?
Yeah. Be a shame if one of your toes was sold off to a data broker.
You want to play a game? And then the saw guy shows up.
No, people say they can live without the pinky, but
you never know till you try. You know,
you'd be surprised.
Have you ever tried masturbating without a thumb?
No, the thumb's very important. The thumb is like the most important finger. We can't get rid of the thumb.
We're gonna take their thumbs, dude. That's the point, dude. We're a bad company, dude. But we say it up front. Hey, we're bad, but we're gonna get you paid. We're gonna get your beak wet with this fucking these websites you're visiting.
We're Break Your Legs Incorporated.
Yeah.
Break Your Legs Incorporated.
Yeah. You know what? I love ExpressVPN. I use it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I use it on my phone. Where was I that I was like, I gotta use this thing. Fucking IKEA, dude. IKEA,
oh yeah.
All IKEAs, they do something to the walls. So you can't reach
It's on purpose. It's on purpose.
It's so Superman can't look through the lead walls and try to save everyone inside.
They do that, and you know what? They're like, oh, well, just hop on the Wi-Fi. It's free, guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but I'll turn on my VPN, you idiots. Just So I do that a lot.
Don't let IKEA gather information on you. That's bullshit,
unless they're
dude.
giving you like one of those free hot dogs or like something. Get wet my beak a little bit with, like
for every 15 minutes you're spying on me, I've earned 1 meatball.
Oh yeah, dude.
And you also got a geo hop out of Sweden.
Yeah. Remember that? Like, imagine that. Like, you go in, you join their Wi-Fi, and by the time you get out, you're by the cafeteria, and you're like, you got yourself your 10 meatballs, but all you have to pay for is the mashed potatoes and the sauces.
Oh my god!
To this day, I've never tried an IKEA meatball.
What?
Oh, dude!
Wow, that's
Dan. I go to
fascinating.
IKEA for fine dining, dude.
I know that there are people out there who do
the salmon. I'm not joking. I do. It sounds like I'm joking around, but I've had the salmon. I've had the meatballs. I've
heard people praise IKEA food like forever.
Yeah, Mike. So one, legitimately, IKEA has the best mustard I've ever had. Like,
yes, the mustard is good. Yeah,
the take-home IKEA mustard in the bottle is like amazing.
It's very good.
Yeah.
We've turned on quite a few people
for you
to
use there, Marvin. You just take it home, dude.
Do they sell that?
Oh, but they sell it.
I know.
But we've turned on a few people to it.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good.
People really like it.
And the other is that my cousin's wife used to actually go to IKEA every morning because she was part of like the IKEA family thing. She gets free coffee every morning.
Yeah.
So that's what she did. She just went to IKEA every morning.
And they have breakfast now too.
Yeah. She came for breakfast too. Yeah,
and all that stuff, dude.
Yeah. So,
well, then they clearly want you to be there every morning.
Yeah,
they want you to be there all day because they want to spy on your internet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
because it seems so complicated to get in there. Just
route
for
you
coffee.
through their store with their arrows.
Well, the depending on the IKEA, some of them let you go straight to the cafeteria.
So, because they know you're there for the good stuff.
Yeah, so
the meatballs.
But you know what else is the good stuff? Some CBD products. And you know what's a good place to get CBD products? Our sponsor, House of Wise. House of Wise isn't just a luxury CBD brand. They actually offer a wide range of products, CBD and otherwise, to help you reach certain results in certain areas that you may want to perform better in. Sometimes you want to sleep better.
Sex pills?
Well, sometimes you want to sleep better. Sometimes you want to manage your stress.
What if you want to? Well, the holidays are coming up, and y'all know it's a very stressful time.
Yeah. And sometimes
especially
you want
this year.
Sometimes you can't get erection during the holidays.
Sometimes you want to have a little more energy for working out.
Do you want to have sex with your significant other in your childhood bedroom when you visit your parents? And it's hard for you, so
that's oddly specific.
All the childhood trauma.
When you're visiting your parents, you're home. Picture this: your home, childhood bedroom.
Picture this:
you're with your partner at the time. You're staying in your tiny twin bed that you grew up in, and you're having a hard time getting there.
Yeah, we'll take one of these CBD pills and the gummies.
I'm sorry, I'm imagining Bill Nye going, consider the following.
Consider the following.
Bill Nye is definitely a stoner.
And you can hear your parents next door. You can all your childhood teddy bears are looking at you.
Your parents can't hear now because they're older. So
but it doesn't matter. But their presence is still in the house, and it's wrong, but you're old enough, and it should be okay. But you're having trouble. That's when you pull out
some of your House of Wise gummies.
There we go.
And indeed, some of them are for libido. So they are helpful.
Well, that really solved the problem.
Get horned up, dude. Mm-hmm. Why are we so ashamed, dude?
I guess it's worth a shot.
There's lots of reviews saying it really helped them. So.
Why are we so ashamed of our bodies, dude?
Yeah,
Just say, dude, you want to crank one out while you're home for the holidays? Take one of these pills, dude. Take a gummy.
Celebrate.
Celebrate. You know what? It's the holidays. Treat yourself.
So if you guys want to get 10% off any order, head on over to houseofwise.co/newbie Star Trek, Newbie Star Trek in all caps, or just go to houseofwise.co and use our promo code Newbie Star Trek, again in all caps. That'll get you 10% off your entire order. And just for your information, House of Wise is cruelty-free, and it's a woman-owned business, so it's helpful.
Yeah. They know what it's like.
Yeah.
Also, free shipping on any order over $69.
Are these ladies dropping off these things on are they flying over us and just dropping them off?
If you want them to, they'll use the Falcon system.
Oh, the Falcon. Sorry,
so we'll do that. Yeah, but again, There's also free shipping on any order over $69.
That's a great. They know their audience, dude. See?
Oh yeah.
See, other companies, they're fucking bullshitting, dude, because the prices are just a little bit. They're in the ballpark of 69. But these ladies,
all we need are the 69 companies to start selling things for $420.
Yeah, I mean, like if you want to like check out our t-shirt,
whatever
price,
the 69 companies are.
Yeah,
like if you like, not to just put an ad in our own thing right away, but like for example, our t-shirts. $24.69.
Perfect, so price right, dude.
Our hoodies, $46.96. Like we're making an effort to make sure, but yeah, head on over to houseofwise.co/newbie Star Trek, or just use the promo code newbie Star Trek when you check out at houseofwise.co. That'll get you 10% off your entire order. That's going to be cool.
Tell them we sent you. Hashtag get horned up. So they know we sent you,
That's how they'll know.
That's how they'll know. That's how they'll know it's us.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Get horned up 69.
They won't know any. It can't mean anything else. So yeah.
Wait, we don't have a wallet sponsor?
Oh no, I alternate.
Are you saying that I changed my wallet for nothing, dude? I did change my wallet, by the way. I changed it back to the extra.
Oh well, Denise Crosby would appreciate
Ricardo,
that.
Could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
You didn't have to.
No, I didn't know. I didn't have to, but this isn't a sponsor read. I literally have the
you swap wallets. Yeah.
So I had the alpaca wallet.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I've been because the alpaca's thick, dude. It's a thick boy.
It's way too furry.
Too chonky. And I'm like, you know what? I needed something slim. I'm going to go to a concert soon. I need to be streamlined. You know what I mean? Don't want to
slim yourself for the concert.
Yeah.
So I switched back. So I'll report back later.
All right. Well, you finally reached the Allamaraine, which is what everyone was waiting for. This is the episode
in a good or bad way.
Well, when people say Deep Space Nine Season 1 sucks, this episode is one of the most cited reasons.
Yeah. You know what? Let's change that. Let's Tarantino it up. Let's start with the ratings.
Okay. Well.
Is that okay?
Wow. Okay.
You know what? Let's start off with the Discord ratings then. Okay. And this week, very divided.
Wait. We should reveal. Let's not let them influence us.
Okay.
Dude,
okay. If you want to do it that way, okay, sure.
My ears are virgin, dude. I don't want to hear anything, dude.
Okay. Well, I guess my rating probably a 4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of there too. Okay. Maybe 4.5, but yeah, just about.
I'm gonna go 3.
Oh my god, I was gonna say 3 too.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say 3. It's not against the law.
Yeah.
So
I just didn't think anybody was gonna go that low, but
I like limbo sometimes.
Yeah. How low?
But if you ask me next week, I'll probably change them.
So our Discord
it was bad.
For the first time, it's very split. Okay. So about half there's averages, right? But if we're like looking at it generally, about half of the voters voted for 3.
Oh, okay.
And the other half voted for a 10. So
who are the 10 people? I need to talk to you.
The 10s were people who were assuming Ricardo would enjoy the dumbness of it.
Not this week.
We need to. Were they just trying to throw the vote or something?
No,
because that's crazy.
Here's the thing.
To be honest, fair, there is a lot of people who claim this is either you really love episode or really hate episode.
Yeah.
So
see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Full disclosure. I watched this sober. Stone cold sober.
Okay. Of all the episodes to watch sober,
this is probably not the one. Yeah.
And I feel like if I hadn't watched it, shit, I would have laughed my ass off and thought this was funny as shit.
Shap,
maybe.
Shank.
Shap, Shank.
Yeah.
Shap, Chula, Allamaraine. Move along home.
You know what, Allamaraine? It reminded me of tamarindo, and I was like, I want some tamarindo now, dude.
Oh.
You know,
they just yell Spanish words.
Yeah, like I wanted some fucking some Mexican candies.
I mean, Chula is a Spanish word, so like
the way that this episode, like the way it was annoying, reminded me of Q a little bit.
I think the thing is, I hate
this was more annoying than that.
Yeah, this is way worse
for sure.
Because the problem is it's completely random. Q has some rhyme or reason. There's some reason why he's doing something.
He's horned up.
This is just random scenarios with no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Like, this is just Chula, the game, is just a very specific killer holodeck / sweet scenario.
Yeah, it's just an
alternatively,
annoying,
it's a really what it actually turns out to be is a really immersive escape room.
Yeah, well, it's just an escape room.
Wouldn't you say it's an escape room meets like D&D kind of thing?
Or it's like an escape room meets like Cube. Like where like they had to have specific ways to get from room to room.
Sure. And get from chamber to chamber.
Yeah. You know what the worst part is? So this is likely
that it could have been entertaining and it wasn't.
Well, so it's potentially the worst episode. I'm saying that because we haven't seen the rest. But it's so bad that it's already potentially the worst episode of this season.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of the pilot, the 2-part pilot that contained the Wolf 359 fight, that contained all of these different set pieces, this is the most expensive episode of the season.
Wow.
Well, it is very clear that they went like in for like a lot of new costumes, and
they had a
lot of sets.
brand new.
The game table.
Yeah,
like they had to build all that. Yeah, there's a lot to this. There's a lot of production here.
It reminds me of the first Sherlock Holmes episode where they were like, we spent a lot of money in the Sherlock Holmes episode.
There's a lot of parallels to draw because it's like, you know how season 1 of TNG had the Space Wakanda episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember how like the bystanders of that episode had this penchant for clicking sticks?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with sticks?
Any episode where they have episode where you have thunder sticks, it's gonna be a bad episode.
Yeah, if they rally with sticks, you're in for a bad time.
It seemed like they didn't know what to do. They were just like, "Do we just click these sticks?"
Let me tell you, these guys. So the crew is like, "Hey, we got fucking first contact with a new species that looks exactly like us, but has blue paints on their face."
They have bruises on their forehead.
Yeah, that's it. And so they make first contact, and the first thing they come in hot, dude. These people. What are they called? Wattos?
The Wadi.
Yeah. By the way, they reminded me exactly of Guado from episode 1.
Guado?
Yeah. Like they came in wanting a gamble, dude. They came in hot.
You mean Watto?
Whatever, dude.
But Watto was also like the junk dealer. He didn't gamble. Well, he did gamble, I guess.
He's a gambler, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, I'm a junk dealer, but do you want to bet on fucking pottery?
I'm definitely not a Middle Eastern stereotype.
Yeah. They came in hot, dude. They came in and they're like, hey, greetings. And they're like, where are the fucking games, dude?
Where can we gamble?
Games on your phone?
Yeah. He's like,
they're like a 4-year-old child growing up during the modern era.
You guys have Farmville?
They have Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite Mobile.
And they immediately wanted to gamble. And what's the Quacker? His bar? What is it called? Quackers?
It's just a Quackers bar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have a name.
Like, take us to. We heard of the Quackers bar. Take us there.
How did they hear about it? How did they know about gambling?
Dude, this is all they do.
I guess his bar is becoming a legend in the Gamma Quadrant. People come to gamble.
That's possible. That's totally possible, though. Yeah, that is.
Well, think about it. He's got booze.
Yeah.
He's got booze. He's got Dabble
ass.
Girl.
Yeah, he's got
rare antiques.
Rare hookers. He's got ass, grass, and cash.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny how Cisco got all dressed up in his long dress, and then all of a sudden when he meets them, they're like, "Hey, can we just go gambling?"
I don't fucking care.
I'm a bit impressed at how committed they are to the dress uniform remaining as crummy as it's looked the whole all these seasons. Like they refuse to adjust it.
Is it me or did were they talking to Cisco, like the storyline with Cisco's son? He's like, man, these fucking ladies are hot, dude. And he's like, whoa, I got to talk to you about ladies, dude. He's like, oh, no worries, dude. I got it from here, Dad. And then they kept hinting that they were going to go back to it or something.
They never did.
Yeah, they never did.
Yeah. Right? Okay, so what? Why? That felt so random. Like they were setting us up for like a pregnancy announcement later on. Or something.
Which straight to pregnancy.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know. Like it was like we got to have a talk.
Sarah, that would call for a very special episode of Star Trek DS9.
A very special episode of Deep Space Nine.
Teen pregnancy is no laughing matter.
Jake gets a girl pregnant.
What was he going to talk
But Joran,
was he going to be talking about like the bases or like, hey, you got to protect yourself? But like, let's be honest. In this future, you can probably like decide when to have kids, right?
Yes, it's not said outright yet.
Yeah,
but there literally is technology to turn it on and off. Basically.
I don't know if you even need to get pregnant anymore. Maybe there's like a way to have a baby outside.
Well, I mean,
well, there is now.
Molly, not Molly. What's her name? Keiko did. Keiko got pregnant.
Yeah.
So,
How old is the son?
He's 14. Didn't he say because he's like, I'm 14 or something, and he's like, I'm glad we agree on one thing.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Exactly.
Oh, did any of you guys? I do have a question for the audience. Whose
Dabo?
parents?
It's called Dabo, dude. Lord Dabo.
Whose parents had the talk with them? Like,
my
up?
dad attempted to have the talk with me. I remember it distinctly. We were.
Wait, how old were you then?
Pretty sure I was like 13 or 14.
Okay, so around this age. Okay.
Yeah, because I was already in high school, and my dad was like, "So, do you know about the talk?" I was like, "Yes."
No.
You're like, what's
and I was like,
show?
"Yes."
The talk show?
Yes, and he was like, "So you know what's going on?" I was
he
like,
literally said the talk.
Yeah, and I said, "Yeah, I know what's going on." He's like, "Okay, good." And that was it.
That was it.
So thank God I did not have that conversation with my dad.
And then he left, and you're like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
What talk? But your mom never said anything.
My mom has never even brought it up. My dad attempted to be the one to do it. And,
that's
never
crazy.
Yep.
My dad said two things, but he always said it even before the talk. It was just basically two rules that I had, which was one, don't get anybody pregnant. And two, don't join a gang. Those were the two rules I had. I know the rules that if I had bad grades, did they get upset? No, they were disappointed.
And no matter what, don't get a gang pregnant. Oh my God.
Absolutely not.
That's
oh my God.
You're doubling up on the no-nos.
Double fucked.
So
those are two good rules.
It was just two rules. That's it. Besides that, like, I mean, it's funny. I was going to ask, I don't know why I was going to ask earlier, but at what age did you start drinking in front of your parents? Like after, as soon as 21?
Oh no, after 21.
Really?
Yeah. No, they didn't even know I drank until I think they were really surprised to hear or see me have a drink, and it was after being 21. Yeah, definitely.
At like a New Year's party at the family restaurant when I was 16, they saw me drink. So
nice, dude. You're like, check this out, dude.
They were like, whatever.
You ever seen this game called Edward 40 Hands?
Oh my God.
I never smoked or drank in front of my dad. Drank, yeah. Like as soon as I was 21, I drank in front of my dad. But in front of my mom, I used to smoke and drink when I was like 16. Yeah. And like I'd like steal ciggies from her.
Well, you steal ciggies from your grandma as you're taking it over.
Yeah.
I do remember when my brother told my parents that I smoked weed.
What a fucking snitch.
I was in college.
Yeah. Did you beat him up, dude?
What a fucking snitch.
And I thought my parents would be mad, but they were actually not mad. Yeah, it was one of those things like, when your sibling gets mad at you and they try to like, I'm going to go tell mom and dad all this
dirt. What a fucking narc.
Oh, dude, that's the worst, dude. I wouldn't talk to him.
That's what he did. And then it kind of backfired because they were just like, well, why did you tell on her? Like, that's kind of fucked up. Like,
that's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. They were like, wow, are you snitching?
Like, yeah,
are you being a bitch?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly what happened. And it ended up backfiring so badly. And I was like, this is
actually great. That's amazing.
They were like, yo, that's not cool.
Did I raise a fucking narc?
Yeah.
Who is this?
You're so lame. And I remember thinking, this is so fucking awesome.
The idea of your parents telling your brother, that's so lame. Why would you do that?
Well, he builds it up too. Like, I'm going to tell you something horrible Sarah's been doing. Okay. There was two parts to it. Like, I was smoking weed, but I was driving my car to a different city to go hang out with people to go smoke weed. They were mad about me driving the car to a different city. They're like, well, we're not mad about the other thing, but you drove.
But the car.
You drove to a different city an hour away to go hang out with people. Well, whatever. Why were you doing that? And I was like,
break down out there.
Yeah,
what's so bad about driving an hour away? That's interesting. something?
They just were like, you should be staying. This is in college.
They're
like, you should be staying in college. I was driving from Tampa to Orlando, just to make it clear. So I was going to college in Tampa, and I would drive to Orlando on the weekends and like hang out.
You were going from a
friends.
shitty place to a shittier place.
Yeah, it was like about an hour away.
Yeah.
So they were mad about me driving on the weekends. Doing that, but yeah, it backfired.
Just couldn't stay away from those islands of adventure.
Yeah. I just couldn't.
Did you sing that song? Because I'm an island boy. You know what?
She invented that song.
I wanted Cisco to go. There's one thing you should know. There's only one rule. No matter what the age is, no lady likes finger banging. So just get that. Let's get that over with. That's shitty to talk.
That's not true in my experience, but sure.
Or click your fingernails. But yeah, it was dumb because they never came back to it, dude.
I feel like they were.
It
could be a spoiler. Are they setting us up for something?
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird because
I
think the only point of it was to have some setup to. Ladies. I think the only point of it was to have some setup so that he would tell Odo that his dad's missing.
Yeah,
that seems to be the only point of it. Yeah,
I feel like they could have used it for like another stupid reason.
That scene where he wakes up and says, "Odo, where's Dad?" could have happened without this talk coming up. So
you didn't need that, at all. It would have made sense.
I'm not
but you also needed 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and just for the record, my parents really didn't have the talk with me. I answered my own question, but Dan didn't answer. Dan, I think we've been over this.
No
before,
talk here.
But
no talk occurred between myself and my parents. No, I had to learn from the internet.
Most Asian parents don't attempt to do the talk. Like it's just.
Wait, don't you have older brothers?
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about that shit with them.
Really? They never said, "Hey, look at this balloon, dude."
No.
Try to kiss
Asians don't talk about this shit. Like
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially first generation Asians, they don't talk about that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, I had older siblings, and they did talk to me about it, kind of stuff.
You have siblings.
Somewhat.
Siblings are different.
Older siblings.
Yeah.
But like they were like, have you done this thing? And I was like, yeah. And
have you tried this maneuver?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is when
spitting. That's a good trick.
So I used to get sent to Mexico in summers during summer vacation, so I wouldn't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And when I became like a teen, there was this girl who I kind of like meet out with over there, and like it was like a summer girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how sweet.
Your summer fling, like in Greece.
My grandmother also told me like, don't get anybody pregnant here, dude.
Yeah. Don't get anyone pregnant here, dude. Please don't.
Yeah.
That would be a complicated situation.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
That was the only talk I had with my grandmother as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a good talk.
Yeah.
That's a good talk. Wow.
Worth having.
Yeah.
Seems like Ricardo's family is the only like responsible family in
I don't
this
think
bunch.
so. No. Yeah. No.
The rest of us, we're just fucked.
To be honest, I think because I was a male. Because my sister never had the talk, and she was she's a teen mom.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, but then what happened, Ricardo? After all of that,
I did a lot of drugs. Are you talking about cocaine use?
No, you broke your rule.
Yeah, you got someone pregnant, Ricardo.
No, you joined a gang.
Oh
yeah, dude.
You got a gang pregnant, Ricardo.
Yeah.
You joined the Newbie Star Trek gang.
Oh.
Yeah. Who would have known?
Oh my God. No. Anyway, so that never comes back. I guess the writers just randomly put that in.
No, okay. I mean, it's kind of okay sometimes to have little bits of like, we're having a bit of everyday life scenario stuff happening, but they made such a point of it. It wasn't like an aside. Mm-hmm. It was like
they're really making up for Worf's lack of like son father.
I feel like in a little bit of a way they kind of are.
They're think like fuck, we've got to go overboard now.
I think Cisco is actually legitimately written to be like, yeah, the way we wrote Worf as a father is pretty bad. So we're gonna make sure that Cisco is a good dad.
How come they're not making good on Worf in his own show?
Oh, it's just so inconvenient. Alexander is just so inconvenient from a writing standpoint that they're kind of just like, let's just pretend he's not there. Like I think legitimately that's how they wrote. Like
he is inconvenient though.
Yeah. Like he does kind of prevent Worf from doing things. Like
he's such an actual child.
So I don't know. I think that's sort of, whereas with Cisco, I think they were like, okay, we're going to actually have him built into his life. It isn't going to be just some bullshit. Sometimes Alexander is here thing, and then Worf is annoyed at him. It's going to be like a real like family situation.
Like, I guess you can kind of take it as this is a check-in to remind you that Cisco does not approve of Jake hanging out with Nog.
I guess it's also to remind you, yes, he's still friends with Nog. Nog hasn't shown up in a hot minute, but he's still a character who's going to be worth.
It's like I they successfully reminded me of Nog without showing me Nog. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what the reason for a lot of this episode is.
So these guys show up and they're gambling, and then like the Quacker cheats, and so one of the Guados is like, hey. Quados, whatever his name is. And
the reason why he cheats is because they keep on winning like way too much, and they don't explain why they win so much.
Because that's their whole race is they fucking win, dude. They're winners. You know what I mean?
But is that like a special skill of their own that they can actually bend games of chance to their will? Because that's cheating too.
No, well,
that's just the heart of the cards.
What if you're just lucky?
Oh, right. Okay, my bad.
So they keep winning, and so he cheats to stop them, and then they're like, they find out, and you think they're gonna beat the shit out of him, and they're like, let's play a new game. Game is where it is, and like they speak really weird, and I don't like it.
It's like their whole society is just based around games.
It feels a little bit also like Dom Jot Human.
Yeah. I wish they would just been like a new game, and then they brought a bunch of stuff out. It's like, is it cake?
If it's not cake and you guessed wrong, you still have to eat it.
Yeah, and one of your crewmates gets killed too.
And I suppose I'll kill one of you.
Yeah. Odo, is it cake? And they're like, no, it's a human. It's Odo. You know, he's a flubber. And then they cut his hand, and it's fucking cake, dude. And Odo's like, what the hell?
I'm cake. I've been cake the whole time.
and then the real Odo rolls in. He walks through the thing, and it's a weird conundrum. Like, what the fuck, dude? But no, instead it's a lame game where they like get sucked into the game. This is just like Jumanji, dude. The remake.
It is Jumanji.
Oh, it's like a much less interesting Jumanji.
Yeah, it's way less interesting Jumanji. Yeah, there you go. That's a real analogy here.
Yeah, yes.
You're correct.
Yes, because at least Jumanji felt like there was some adventurous stakes. This just felt like confusion. No one quite knows what's going on. And to the point where like like halfway, but okay, so Jake is like, okay, I don't see Dad this morning. And Odo goes around. He's like, where the fuck did everybody go? Right. And then
he's the best part of this episode, by the way. Yeah. Just watching him be angry with everyone is the best part. Damn,
dude. He's like, is it against the rules to push a button? You idiot.
I do love his Starfleet. He's like, do I look like I'm fucking Starfleet? I don't fucking care.
Yeah, he's great. I love Odo.
Yeah, but then like when Odo enters, okay, so in that moment, Quark has been playing, I guess, all night. This Chula game.
Yeah, and then he's hopped up on cocaine, dude.
Yeah, and then Odo goes, yes, 4 senior officers are missing. Somehow, Quark makes the leap in logic that the 4 missing officers are the 4 game pieces in his board game.
Yep.
How?
Because he thinks outside the box, dude. He thinks outside the box.
Hey man, he saw them open a box, and suddenly that entire structure just appeared.
Yeah.
He knows the magic.
The timing of everything feels so odd because it's sort of like
stupid magic.
One time my cousin I went to see Jumanji.
Yeah.
When it first came out, and my cousin was really like sheltered, and they wouldn't let him watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he like relied on me to tell him what the movies were about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd make up shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, dude, because he could see the previews, right? Like on TV and stuff, but he could never see the movies. So he's like, oh, did you see that Jumanji movie? He's like, yeah. He's like, what's it about? I'm like, you can't say Jumanji 3 times. Or it sucks you
That's a pretty good lame or like fake rule to give.
Yeah. Because he hadn't seen Beetlejuice either, so it didn't matter, dude.
Yeah. Or Candyman.
Yeah. So this movie, this episode was it didn't really go anywhere. And like at the end, like they're like, oh, did they win? or did they lose? It was a whole like Matrix situation where it's like if they die in the game, do they die? Sorry, if he loses a game, do they die in real life?
What was I forgot the name of the movie that what's his face name? The Iron Man director made
Zathura.
Yes, that was like Jumanji. Yeah.
I was about to mention Zathura as like just in case Zathura is a better match. Like I just want to say out loud the name just in case it's a better match. I just haven't seen it.
It's the same. The book is written by the same person.
So this guy just wrote the same story again.
Yeah.
But with sci-fi
in space. Yeah.
Why?
I think he wrote another book too. I think he wrote 3 books that were the same fucking book, but just different fucking.
It might have been like the trilogy of the haunted board games.
What was the third one? What was the third one? Now. All right, let me. I will look it up while you continue.
There might be cool interconnected lore, like who made the games.
Robin Williams was also trapped in Zathura.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, he wrote the Polar Express.
Yeah.
That's shit. Okay.
Oh, so.
So the Jumanji. So apparently Zathura is part of the Jumanji series. Okay.
Is this what Jumanji is?
You can't say Jumanji 3 times. Please don't say Jumanji 3 times.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
So
I haven't really.
So you haven't watched Jumanji?
Yeah. Don't say it 3 times though. Stop saying it. Everybody stop saying it, dude.
Jumanji. Anyway. So is this what it is? Kind of like, is there like a master of puppet thing? Master of Puppets thing,
Well, Jumanji is just a board game.
Yeah, it's a board game. They get sucked into it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
Have you not seen Jumanji?
No, she hasn't.
No, not
What's
really.
going on, dude? What's going on in your childhood that you didn't get to see Jumanji?
Sarah just hates Robin Williams.
No one needs to see Jumanji.
Kirsten Dunst.
I had a very oddly enough, like not a very like my parents didn't like TV movies, things like that. That wasn't very.
There were Philistines?
No, I just
like interesting.
They
books?
love to watch TV. They didn't let me watch a lot of TV and stuff. Movies. But now I work in the film and TV business, so haha. Jokes on them.
They're like, not for you.
So basically, they get sucked into the game, and like when Odo goes into their ship, he gets sucked back into the fucking bar.
That is the weirdest shit. I don't know what the hell that was about.
That was weird.
What does that mean?
How does that work?
They never explained that. They never go like, hey, they know how to do magic, or they have teleporters in the fucking doors.
I thought the trick was maybe
I thought he was in the game too.
I thought he was like in a fake version of Quark's bar or something for a bit, but then he wasn't. He was just there.
I thought it was like, it turns out that they had secretly transported them onto their ship, and that's where the game is happening. And it was inexplicable. Like
I thought it was a holodeck all along, to be honest.
Oh, did we talk about how the word sex was used in this episode for the first time?
I don't know if it's the first time. I mean,
feel like it's the first time
I don't think it's the first
I've
time
ever heard anybody say the word sex.
So actually, explicitly, that's not true. In the episode Justice, which is a season 1 episode, Riker is having a conversation with Worf, and Riker is specifically
Sarah,
talking.
If you had been here since episode 1, dude.
Sorry, technically in episode 1.
Well, no,
blah, 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 blah.
So he's having.
We're talking about first. We do have to be precise.
Yeah, dude.
And he's having a conversation with Worf, and Worf is like,
"We get enough hate mail.
I can't have sex with anyone here. I would kill them."
Yeah.
And I think the first time Riker actually says that, he goes, "What about good old fashioned sex? Don't you need that?"
Yeah.
I think that's what he says. So
okay, but it's rare. It's rare. And then
Absolutely.
for Quark to be like, do you want to he said something like about having sex in the holosuite, and
like, do you guys have sex in your home world? Like, no,
he was like, it was like such a direct reference to what goes on there, and I was like, wow, he said it out loud, like
yeah.
That would be like the second well, at this point, like maybe third or fourth direct reference to sexy times in the holodeck.
Yeah, I think I think it was alluded to in The Perfect Mate when Riker kisses Kamala.
Right, and then we also had like the sensual massage and the guy who murdered himself.
Yes. Yeah.
The self-masturbator / killer.
I guess it's so interesting how we've managed to even, I want to say humans, but it seems like other species as well obviously enjoy sex. And it's still such a fabric of our society that we have suites and like decks and programs all for sex, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, how do you think you get here?
Yeah.
I just kind of appeared. That's how that worked.
Yeah.
Someone didn't pull out.
No, my parents, my parents definitely
Four people
did
here
not.
didn't pull out.
Someone broke some rules.
Yeah, dude.
Someone joined some gangs.
Someone joined a gang and got somebody pregnant.
I mean, it's like
That's
what
true,
Darwin
that's
said, where he was like, his original theory was natural selection, right? He was like, oh, you have these things that allow species to exist. But then he said, but these peacocks and their fucking feathers, what is the point of these feathers? And then he realized, oh, sexual selection is also important. Like, that's the only way to have a species propagate, without
like a sin.
like a sentient need for procreation, So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting how even in the future they've made such a big deal out of.
But what are you talking about? It is a big deal because that's how we make more people.
I would imagine in the future you probably don't need sex in order to make more people.
Are you talking about cloners, dude?
Well, they probably have ways
that
to
weird
just,
alien fucking in Star Wars that makes the fucking clones. Though?
I'd imagine they have some other alternative.
The cloners
methods.
from Camino.
But sex is a much more fun way.
Yeah.
I feel like there would be further moves to separate pleasure from the procreation.
Yeah, dude.
But it's also sex that you don't need. Like if you're talking about the holodeck, you don't need anybody else. You could go by yourself.
Yeah, in reality, the creation of a holodeck should mean the collapse of human society.
Yeah,
like it should.
Because you could go in there, have your fun, but the whole point of sex is connection and with someone else.
Will AI be good enough?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to test that out. But
yeah,
I mean, it kind of is isolating a bit, I guess. Like this holodeck
that's why
stuff.
all these pieces of shit are all obsessed with like fucking controlling fucking birth control, dude. You know what I mean, dude? Because they're like, oh, there's not gonna be people. Who cares, dude? How about we just end it all? We don't have any more kids, and we end it all. Just to see what happens. Just for funsies.
Yeah.
Which is what I've been saying for years, dude. We need an old-fashioned
just to
extinction.
see. We can try something else later.
Yeah, every time I see like a news report where it's like, oh, bad news, the birth rate of this country is down. I'm like, why is that bad?
Yeah, you're like, great.
What is wrong with this?
Because who's going to take care of the old people?
You can't have an exponential growth of people forever.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
No, you don't have to tell me twice.
Like, let's slow down, everybody.
Let's get some of these sex robots going, dude. Elon Musk is scared, dude. Sex robots, dude. He's a coward.
No, Elon Musk wants to spread his seed as far as he can. He has
That's why he's scared of the sex robots.
He's got that weird,
can't get him pregnant.
Yeah.
He's got that weird. Yeah, he's weird. He thinks he's like got the golden sperm.
He thinks he's Mexican. Anyway, I can see that joke because I'm Mexican, guys. Come on.
Disclaimer. Yes.
Here's the thing. This episode went nowhere, guys. At the end, we thought like, oh, if they die in the game, like the Matrix, like Freddy Krueger style. I mean, like, they die in the dream, they die in real life, and it turns out they come back to the real world.
It was a waste of fucking time. That's
and
what
the
it was.
Quacker's like, oh, I won, and he's like, no, you lost. They died, so they came back.
Yeah.
And that part is great. That's what earned it a 3.
Well, let's at least describe the game. So there was a few games. Right. So one is the most famous one, which is the hopscotch one.
With the little girl.
Allamaraine. One's a drinking game.
Blah, blah. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that was funny, though, because like everyone had to do the little rhyme and everyone tried to be all cute.
It's definitely the most enjoyable scene of the episode, because you have to, like, Cisco starts doing it too.
I prefer Angry Odo.
You know what would have been cool if they would have sang the fucking thong song. Is one of the things.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing. Yeah. She's singing the song.
I like it when your booty go. I like it when your booty go.
Yeah.
Let me see that thong.
Allamaraine.
Dump truck.
Oh my god, that would have made this episode a 10. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
Dumps
fucking
like
honest.
A truck. What? That is like what? Baby, move your butt. What?
Yeah.
Well, let me,
dude, I'm telling you,
sing again or whatever he says.
Every episode is made better by Cisco the Dragon, dude. Just saying.
Because and then after the thong song game, there was the gas room party game.
Yeah, the Joker at the museum.
It is like Joker.
Yeah, it is like that.
With a long time limit.
Yeah, so
with antidote everywhere.
Yeah, that turns out the game is you have to drink.
But that wasn't a game because they were telling them, here, drink this.
I think they were trying to find each person like a useful thing to figure out. Like Dax figures out the hopscotch. Bashir figures out the drinking.
Oh, and his weird screaming.
Siddiq Al-Fadil,
he's really bad at it.
Has some of the worst acting we've seen in the show so far, where he's pretending that he's still asleep and screaming. And
it's the worst we've seen. It's worse than his turn as that other guy when he was possessed.
Yeah, it sounded like it was 80 Art again in this one because it's so weird.
It sounds like someone who's afraid to actually shout or yell in their room.
Yeah, it sounds like someone who's like, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna like kind of act this way, but
like you didn't really like commit.
You didn't commit at all, no. Oh, and then what was the other games? I don't even remember.
Another thing was like a bad roll made a bunch of solar babies come out and make Julian disappear.
Yeah, it just kills Julian.
Yeah, it's the cluster of solar babies.
Yeah, and then the last one is there's an earthquake.
Oh yeah, that crazy cave earthquake thing, and
that was
Dax
These aren't games.
Her leg. Yeah,
3 out of 4 of these aren't games.
No, they aren't games. Actually, really, they're just kind of like situations that you're.
It's just challenges, yeah.
So. Yes.
Or maybe riddle type. They're kind of riddle type. Like they have to figure out.
The cave's not a riddle. Like the cave this is the thing. The solar babies just killed Julian.
But a game is like something you have to, I would say, like get through. So the cave thing would count as a game. They have to try to make it out. And then they just fell in the hole and then it was over. They died.
Yeah, they just all died together.
I mean, it is a game with a bunch of various like ways to lose. So like, I'm not bemoaning like the varying ways in which they fail, but it's also very underwhelming.
I mean, I think they're upset at the end when they get out of it and they're like, haha, it was just a game. And they're like, well, it wasn't a game to us. It felt very real. Like I felt that.
Why wouldn't Cisco punch him then? Why would he feel free to punch Q, but not to punch this Waddy motherfucker for trying to
because it was his first contact.
Yeah, you can't call him that, Marvin.
Yeah, that's not.
Unless you're a Waddy.
That's a slur. Yeah, you can't say that.
No, you just use the actual term. Like you can't.
You can't call him that. Yeah.
Well, we have to though. That's the only term we have.
You got to paint your forehead blue, dude. If you want to.
If you immediately let the actual term become a slur, then you haven't defended the word correctly.
And you got to yell Mancala.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, all the stupid yelling. Allamaraine, move along home.
It sucks because like the whole time they pretend like it is a life or death situation, and at any point when they try to ask for clarification, they refuse, even though they say learn while playing.
Well, because it wouldn't be as fun that way,
I guess. But they also seem weirded out that they thought it was serious.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This guy is an idiot, dude. He reminds me of the guy. Remember in like season 1 of King of the Hill, Hank Hill got Bobby a job at the local racetrack.
Oh yes, yeah.
And he's like, you pick up cans.
Pick up cans across the road.
Yeah,
pick up cans now.
Cans, money.
Give me a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed like that guy.
And then Hank literally kicks his ass. He says, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and he literally is kicking his ass for like 30 seconds.
Well, that was always the best gag about it, because anytime Hank said he would literally do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the acting of this Waddy motherfucker.
Wait, hold on. One thing that we did skip over was there's a point at which Quark is faced with a decision where he thinks he has to sacrifice someone, and he starts pleading for their lives.
Oh yeah, like, that scene was so weird.
In a very sincere way that is kind of like, is this for real? Like, are we supposed to actually take Quark seriously here?
Yeah,
You're not
are we
sure.
supposed to feel bad for him?
It turns comedic though.
The best, that's the best part, because they're like, it's fine, you don't have to pick, and he's like, we will do it randomly.
And in the context of it being a game, it makes total sense. It's like, Mario Party, you don't want to choose who you take coins from? Fine.
Yeah, or what if he's like, I don't like this mini game. Okay, well, we'll just have you lose this one.
It's a weird scene because he's like pleading and he does the whole like, please, please, please. And then they kind of turn to look at each other and they're kind of like, this is awkward. And then he goes,
this is cringe. This guy's being really cringe.
It's like very cringy and it turns comedic almost. And I don't know. It's a weird scene. It's a weird tonal moment for me, but I don't know. Very odd. Well, I do feel Quark is maybe sincere in that moment that he really doesn't want to choose.
I mean, it's like one of the moments that gives him some actual like character where it's like, oh, he's a piece of shit, but he doesn't want them to die. Like he's trying. Like
if you take him at his word, it comes off as kind of sweet, I guess.
Yeah, and Odo is like, and he's like, Odo, trust me, I am trying to save them. I don't want them to die. I'm a gambler. I know how to gamble. And, this is doing this whole thing.
Yeah,
but,
and then he fucks up.
Yeah, and it turns out to be a bad move. And
turns out I don't know this game.
Turns out,
he's figuring it out, and he keeps on admitting, I don't quite know all the rules yet, but I have a good feeling about this move.
Yeah, you should. It turns out you should not trust someone who says always trust a gambler. That's probably not a reliable source.
Hey man, 99% of gamblers quit before they hit it big.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It was just a very bizarre episode.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there's anything more to discuss. I
don't know if it really advanced anything. Did you learn anything about the crew or advance the plot of DS9 at all?
No.
You know what I learned? Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't learn anything, but it does feel very much like this is an extremely 90s era trope to have the stuck in a game plot.
Yeah.
With a set of trials and challenges.
Yeah. I forgot who said it. Someone
X-Files did it. Batman did it. Reboot was an entire show about it.
I think it might have been like Ira Stephen Bear who said like, so the problem with the episode is that it makes everyone seem stupid, but that's like something you do after like a crew has been like established and you trust them and you like have had like all these adventures with them. Like this is like a non sequitur episode, right? It's kind of weird to have a non sequitur episode while we're still trying to learn about the characters and understand them. So he was like,
I completely agree, actually.
This is kind of a misplaced episode. This is more of like a third season episode, not a first season episode.
Yeah, this is something where if they had more time with the characters to like let character moments play out more and care more about that instead, then maybe there would have been more to work with.
Yeah. I think it was a weird note that Bashir couldn't find his dress uniform. That's like a weird...
Yeah. It was just an odd like assortment of details that didn't really add up to much.
Yeah. Apparently there was supposed to be a scripted part where he would be like, maybe I can get Garrick to make one for me. But yeah.
Also, like, why can't you replicate a uniform?
Exactly. I was about like, that's what I was saying the whole time. I was just like, you have replicators everywhere. Just replicate it.
And also, I don't like how often Quark is depicted as fiending after like shiny things.
Oh God!
Yeah,
well, the very last scene, right?
It's a very antiquated thing to like base value on physical appearance, and Quark should know better than that. Like even if he's only caring about value.
Yeah, and I think it's trying to like it's still a remnant of stupid Ferengi logic.
Yeah, absolutely it is. But
I think that's why. But you know, that's the episode.
It is getting old. The whole like Ferengi going after shiny objects and like thing. It's getting old, and like because the very last scene is him being like, wait, I think there's money to be had if we play this game here and blah blah blah. And
we could license this game. Hasbro.
I was like, this is so cringy.
Yeah,
you could set up an escape room here.
Yeah, and he's like running after them, you know.
Also, like, why would he think that he has holosuites?
Yeah,
like, I know. Like you could totally program the exact same thing in a holosuite.
Yeah, probably something way better.
Yeah.
At least something with more visual appeal. I don't know. The sets were kind of cool, I guess, but they just used the same set over and over again.
You know, sometimes the sets and environments reminded me of Omicron, the Nomad Soul.
Yeah. It has that like kind of like kitschy, we think this is what the future might be like kind of look. Yeah, but Anyway, I think we can all agree this is DS9's first real big miss.
It's a pretty bad stinker.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Send it back.
So yeah, that was we already gave our scores. So we're sending this one back. Put it back in. It's not done yet. So
we need to all learn how to do that like forehead gesture that the stupid Waddy does.
Oh right. Oh god. Yeah. The weird.
Like, we wish to give this episode back.
I love that. I love that.
From our bruised foreheads.
Send it back.
Yeah, that was, and I still don't understand this species. I don't get their, like, you don't learn anything really much about them. They kind of come and go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just very, very uneventful.
I mean, their outfits are pretty cool, though. I just wish they weren't wasted on this species.
Mm-hmm.
Even their outfits, I'm like, it's fine. It's just shiny stuff. Like, I don't know. And like, for some reason, they're like really into the gold press latinum. Why would they be into that? They're from the Gamma Quadrant. Like, I don't know what that means to them. Like, that's something that only makes sense in Federation space. So
to them, it's their score.
Yeah, whatever.
That makes enough sense to me.
Well, this is our discussion of Move Along Home. I had to think for a second.
What is Move Along Home? What is that?
I wish they could have said, like, where is your Monster and Red Bull?
What is Move Along Home supposed to fucking mean?
I think it just means like win the game, like get to home base, etc.
That is such a frustrating thing to hinge the episode on.
Yeah,
like that means so little. It's so meaningless.
Yeah,
and with the hand gesture too. Move along home or whatever.
While laughing at you,
and when he's in the game, they're like crazy. Like,
yeah, they're all crazy. Why are they all so crazy?
But in real life, they're kind of just like quietly annoying, you know. So, I don't know, whatever. An episode that could be deleted from history and no one would mind, except for the people in the Discord chat that gave it a 10 for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what? The NPCs in the game should have given you $200 Monopoly dollars every time you cleared a room.
All right. Well, that was our discussion of Move Along Home. If you guys liked it, give us a like or review or comment wherever you are.
Yeah. Leave us a rating. Leave us a review. Send us an email.
Google Podcasts is dead, so don't go there anymore. But yeah, you can do that. And if you guys want to get some of these episodes early, you can always go to our YouTube channel and become a member of our YouTube channel. It's only $1.99 a month, and that gives you access to early episodes, YouTube ad-free versions of those episodes, and access to our members-only Discord. And the reason why we do it that way is because we want to keep it intimate. We don't want too many people in Discord.
Shout out to the Discord, which I gotta say, one of our Discord members did link a commercial, because we've talked about this before. Like, what is the marketing around some of these episodes?
Right.
So I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch the commercial that was linked to us for this episode.
I didn't watch it. Yeah.
The commercial is definitely a lot more thrilling than the actual episode. So.
I'm sure.
Has to be.
So I would have been very let down if I saw this commercial at the time and then watched this episode. But yeah, I mean, it is cool to see how this was marketed at the time.
Does it say Allamaraine in the commercial?
No, I don't think it does.
Okay.
No.
All right. So it misses the most memorable part of the episode.
Well, it's just because that's the word that is repeated the most, probably.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? I think Move Along Home. I think... What's the other?
Or it might be the longest unique word repeated that
snap?
many times.
No, not snap.
Shap.
Shap.
You have entered Shap 2.
Shap. Shit 2.
That's because a girl chants it in the background for like a couple minutes, and then they start chanting it too, and then it just gets in your brain.
And then they say whenever they win a Shap, a level, they say Allamaraine.
Allamaraine. But yeah, it was really cool to see that commercial. So if you join our Discord, become a member, join our Discord, you'll see fun things like that. And we share discussions about our pets, travel, fun Star Trek things. It's really fun over there.
Wait. And to be fair to this episode, I thought of one more positive thing.
Oh, okay.
Just one more positive thing that I just remembered from the episode. And it was when Dax is injured and Cisco is, insisting on moving on without them. They actually have a bit of a character moment there.
Okay, yeah.
That was actually pretty decent. It's just
that was a good
else.
moment. That was a good moment because of the reference to
Dax was like,
the old life.
If you were the one who was injured, I would let you go. And he's like, well, good thing I'm not injured, old man. And then,
and Dax is like, I've already lived 7 lives, man. I've had enough. You haven't even lived one of yours.
Yeah,
you only
which
get
is a
one
fair
of yours.
point. Like, I wonder how a Trill does feel having lived 7 lifetimes and being like, this is enough.
Yeah.
So, but also, if you guys would like to send us an email, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week's email is from Chief, and Chief's subject line says, thanks, from a listener. Email goes, hey newbies, this isn't a question or feedback. It's just a note of thanks. It is a bit long, but it's authentic, and I would be remiss if I didn't share the impact of your work with you. This past April, I finally hit a wall. Burnout, grief, deep anxiety, depression, and just plain being over everything. My neurospicy brain was overwhelmed by life, the work I do, and the obstacles that just kept showing up. I stopped doing a lot of things in order to rest, recover, and regain my capacity for all things. I was on social media for maybe a few minutes a week. The doom and anger online was more than I could handle. One of the things I did, lean fully into the nerd things that gave me life since I was a kid, and try to learn to take up joy all over again. In June, the Instagram FYP showed me one of your videos and unlocked memories, curiosity, fun, things my brain and heart had been missing for a long time. I watched so many of the videos that I decided to go look for more. Over the next few months, I binged every episode of the podcast from start to finish, and I learned more about Glenn Miller, pieces of shit, cats, SoCal taco chains, wallets, The Simpsons, and even East Asian cultural and linguistic norms than I expected. But that was part of the fun of it all.
That's our podcast summed up. Thank you. That was such a great summary of, okay, we got to keep that as like a, what's your podcast about? And then just use that description right there. Oh my God, that's so funny.
More than that, I could listen to your voices. We love Sarah's voice in this part of the world. And Ricardo sounds like one of my cousins, probably because I'm SoCal Mexican too. And literally see in my mind episodes and characters I hadn't watched in 30 years. You helped deepen my appreciation for one of my core fandoms, even as you critiqued it. Once I caught up to new episodes, I had a bit of an emotional response. I would look at the recording dates for each episode and chronicle the last 4 years of my own life while you all mentioned life and lives through the pandemic and pop culture. It meant the comfort blanket and familiarity of the show's role in this healing journey wasn't going to be right there anytime I needed it. But it also meant that it was time to assess my process and then grow. We have to go back in order to move forward, you know. Futurism as a genre of sci-fi and as a conceptual framework for viewing the world is full of that approach. This email is a bit long, but let me just say thank you. Thank you all for 4 years of your labor of love that helped me get through some of the hardest 4 months I've ever healed through. Looking forward to tagging along on the journey forward as long as you'll allow us to listen in with you. Thanks, y'all. That was awfully nice of you. In Community Chief. So,
oh my God.
There you go.
Freaking awesome, man. Thanks,
That was
Chief.
an amazing email. I'm going to cry. What the fuck? That was so
part of the
great.
reason I wanted to read that out is because I also wanted to say, you know, I understand the boat you're in, you know, as cheerful as I can be on the podcast. There's a lot of times where, you know, I do feel the burnout, grief, you know, the anxiety and depression like you're talking about, you know.
As do I.
Oh, this year has been very trying.
It's been a tough year. We're not going to lie.
One of the toughest years of my life for sure. Feels like it just gets tougher, doesn't it? But
yeah, and part of it, honestly, that helps at least me keep going is, you know, knowing you guys are out there and knowing you guys actually care about what we're doing. So as long as you keep caring, I feel like we'll just keep doing it, you know. So thanks.
I share that sentiment.
As long as you keep caring and liking my voice, I'll keep going. Just kidding. Yeah. No, but for real, that was an incredibly amazing email, well thought out, put together, touching. I'm speechless, really, and I'm so thankful. And yeah, it means a lot to me. It's everything to me, honestly. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun learning about Star Trek and getting to know everyone and kind of forming this new community that's been so awesome, so friendly, and really gives meaning and light to such dark times, honestly. So yeah, I'm very thankful.
It's honestly a reprieve every once in a while to check out the Discord and be like, oh, look at all this fun talk people are having, you know, and it's nice to commiserate with people, you know.
Fun and also just awesome people just like us that, you know, sometimes it feels like we're all alone on our little island of viewpoints and interest and fandom, and then you realize that you're not, and there's a ton of people just like you who share your same thoughts and ideas, and it's really
and not
fun
just
connecting.
that, they bring their own unique viewpoints and valuable experiences too.
Yeah,
definitely. And I love it. I love
that our Discord is full of people from like around the world, like people literally in like
global,
like a 12-hour time zone away will then respond
cool.
like at like 4 a.m. to be like, oh, right really now cool. Here in like say Vietnam or whatever, this is me talking. And it's
I thought they were just up late like me.
We're like, wait.
But I think that's neat. I think it's really neat that it's literally everyone all over the world. That's been really
and
neat,
we don't only just talk about Star Trek. I mean, we recently started a travel channel just to share travel photo. Traveling is a huge passion of mine, and it's been really cool to just talk about traveling and where we've been and where we're going, and post photos and be like, oh, this is where we're going. This is where we've been. And I love seeing pictures from all around the world and learning new places where I could maybe one day travel. I would love that. So
we also like post things that we're just cooking. We're like, oh, I happen to be making dinner today. Here's what.
Delicious
blah, blah, blah.
stuff.
Oh, also, we have a channel called "Can You Smell What We're Cooking?" and it's just the rock sightings. Every time somebody spots the rock, you take a picture of him and you smell what he's cooking.
See, now I have to actually make that channel.
God damn it!
The thing is, what he's cooking is always farts, dude. He's always fucking boiled chickens. That's what he's cooking.
Isn't it weird? I feel like The Rock's fall from grace since Black Adam has like been very interesting. Like,
well, Black Adam was amazing. What are you talking about?
Well, the thing is that he blamed everybody else but himself. Like he's like, oh fucking. It's like, dude, you made a crappy movie, dude. It's not our fault, dude. Don't make crappy movies.
Not our fault.
You know?
Yeah. Isn't it funny that he like? I don't know who he's surrounding himself with these days. He thought Red One was going to be a hit. Like, who in their right mind would have thought that?
I sent Marvin like a blurb where he said he reportedly like saw Red One in like an IMAX screen. No, he was watching Oppenheimer on an IMAX screen. And then when he was seeing Oppenheimer, he turned to like the people beside him and was like, yo, if we get Red One on IMAX, it will be a game changer. It's blow everyone away.
Like, you made a movie that would maybe fit into Netflix's original holiday lineup movies.
Yeah,
that's about it. Like,
hey man, I haven't seen Red One. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it's really good.
Maybe he makes Red 2. We'll go back and see Red 1. Here's the thing: that other guy, what's his name? Zachary, the guy from Shazam.
Oh, Zachary Levi.
He's like, oh, I guess if you're the brother of the studio head now, you get to be in movies. It's like, no, I guess if you make good movies, you get to be in more.
I legitimately thought you were asking about Kazam just now, and I was thinking there was a kid in that movie. Well, yeah, of course there was a kid in that movie, but what actor would that have been?
So yeah, I mean, that's the stuff we do here at Newbie Star Trek.
Such is life.
Yeah.
Well, and we just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And stay as positive as we can.
Well, next week or next time. I'll just say next time.
Let's be positive and hope that the next episode is good. Whether it be,
I'm gonna say the name of the time.
Can I tell you a really dark joke?
Okay,
not joke.
I'm ready.
It's an anecdote that happened to me. Not an anecdote. What is it called?
Anecdote.
I missed a C in there. Did I tell you about the time where like my friend sent me thoughts and prayers? Did I tell you about that?
No.
I
never told this story where like my mom was sick and like the last day I saw her before she died.
Oh yes, you. I remember this. Yes, I remember
this.
Yeah. So the same friend. Well, okay. I'll tell the first part so I can tell the second part. I had a friend and we play Call of Duty all the time, right? And he had just messaged me like, "Hey, you want to play Call of Duty?" And it's a group chat with like 4 of us, and we know each other in real life, and we're actually friends. Mm-hmm. And one of them messaged me and said, "Hey, you want to play Call of Duty?" I'm like, "No, I'm on my way to my mom's. I think this is the last day. I think we're saying goodbye." And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pray for your mom."
No.
Oh God.
And so when it happened, I'm like, the first thing, like when my mom passed, the first thing I thought was like, I'm gonna message him. It's gonna be a great fucking joke.
God.
And so he messaged the group chat, and I'm like, God damn it, fucker! My mom died, dude. Your prayers did shit, dude.
Oh
God.
He was so sad.
Oh no!
I would
I'll
be
bleep that name out. I'm gonna
mortified.
bleep that name out. I'm gonna bleep that name out.
Bleep the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep that name out. Yeah.
And then this was, like in May. And then just recently, another friend was like, "Oh, my mom's going in the same group chat. My mom's going in for knee surgery." I'm like, pray for your fucking mom. She's gonna die, dude.
God.
Oh no!
You can bleep that name out too.
No. Stop saying that name.
Yeah. He knows. He knows his shit. Anyway.
Well, next time.
Damn it. I don't want him praying for any of us.
Yeah. You don't want that dude praying for your family, dude.
No. Stay far away from me.
Don't pray.
Don't think about me. Don't pray for me. Don't
unless you have a family member that you don't like, then maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would cry if you sent that to me as like your friend. I would literally cry if that happened to me. A joke or not, I would.
Because that's the first thing I thought about. Like my mom had just literally just like passed, and I was like, I can't wait to get out of here to text this guy because it's gonna be so funny.
God.
All right. Well, the next episode of Newbie Star Trek, I'm gonna say the title of the episode. It's gonna hit the ear wrong. It always hits the ear wrong to me. Okay. The title is The Nagus.
Oh,
that sounds.
Can't say that,
it sounds bad,
We're
right?
gonna get canceled,
I'm
bro.
not gonna say that.
It always hits the ear wrong, but that is the name of the episode, The Nagus.
I mean, it hits society wrong, dude.
Whoa, what is this about? I'm already very suspect of this episode.
My brain is just trying to overwrite it with Aegis Reflector.
Yeah, Marvin is in his Trump era, dude.
Yeah, what the hell?
Dropping fucking racial slurs, dude.
Jesus.
It's the best episodes. So
is this TNG or Deep Space Nine?
Oh, we're gonna stay in Deep Space Nine. It's gonna stay in Deep Space Nine. It's The Nagus.
Stop saying it! Oh my god! Stop!
Damn it.
All right, we're gonna see that next week. All right, everybody.
We're gonna see what? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. But before we go, if you want to check out other things we do, you can head on over to fugitiveframes.com. That gives you links to all the stuff we do, including the Would You Stay Tuned podcast. We've been updating that a lot more recently. By the time you listen to this episode, our full season discussion of The Penguin should be out. Wow, what a show! That's all I have to say right now.
Good,
but
come on, Vic.
Come on, Ma.
You gotta help Ma, Vic.
Yeah, that's combining everything important about the show.
Yeah.
We gotta help Ma, Vic.
Yeah, we gotta help Ma, Vic.
Sophia, I gotta help my Ma, Vic.
That's the whole show.
It's
Sophia, I gotta go help my mom with Vic.
if next year I don't see like a million fucking penguins, dude, I'm gonna lose my shit, dude. It's a great
What costume. A sentence. If next year I don't see a million fucking penguins. Okay, yeah, but now we'll see again next week's episode, The Nagus. We will watch that next week.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Stay safe until then.
You have to stop.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Take care, y'all.